Hello and welcome to part 2 of our look into the story of Noah and the ark. We're going to talk a little bit today about Noah. Now, the Bible tells us that Noah was a man who trusted in God. Now, I don't know the story that you heard growing up, or maybe this is a brand new story to you and you didn't hear this at all, but I always heard growing up that Noah was a righteous man, and he was the only righteous man in all of the country, and that he was the only upright one, and so he's the one that God chose to build the ark. And nobody ever really went into what made Noah so righteous. Why was Noah good? And I think the main criteria is that Noah responded. We always seem to think that Noah is the first person that God asked, that God called to Noah, Noah responded, off they went. And that's probably true. But I always wonder, were there other people that God sent the message out to and they just didn't respond? They didn't listen? I wonder sometimes if God didn't ask other people, if maybe God also called Abraham's friend, Jobab, and Jobab just didn't listen. I don't know. I think it's a possibility. I think humans are really good at pretending we don't hear God's voice, and sometimes we run out of time. Noah here is maybe the only person who responded. I wonder if there weren't prophets going around saying this is going to happen, if maybe there weren't signs and Noah was the only one who saw them. I don't know. It's possible that Noah's righteousness was simply the idea that he responded, he listened and responded to God's voice when it was time to do that. God does not reveal the entire plan to Noah. At the beginning of the story that we read, we hear this. God said to Noah, "The end has come for all creatures, since they have filled the earth with violence. I am now about to destroy them, so make a wooden ark." And so it seems that Noah is sent off to build this boat with little to no knowledge of the actual facts. Noah doesn't know what's about to happen. Noah is acting entirely on blind faith. He knows that there's something that's about to happen. He knows that the world is about to change in some way. He knows that things are about to be destroyed, reclaimed, readjusted, I guess. He just does what God asks him to do. He gets on the boat. He builds the boat in the first place. And when you think about how long this boat had to take to build, I mean, you're talking about a huge ark, a huge building that Noah and his sons built by themselves. This wasn't an instance of trusting God once. This wasn't an instance of showing up once for God. This wasn't a time when Noah just popped up and did it and then got to go on to his merry life. This was reorienting Noah's entire existence for years. That is an amazing amount of trust. That's an amazing response. I don't know about you, but I have a tendency to give up on things when they don't work out like the first 2 weeks. How many times have you made a New Year's resolution and it's been gone by the end of January? I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go to the gym every day and I'm going to lose weight. And by the end of 3 weeks of January, you're just paying the gym fees for 6 months and then finally canceling them. And so it's pretty amazing what Noah does. Noah builds this ark, and Noah's sons get onto the ark, and Noah's sons' wives get onto the ark. And lots of animals, 2 by 2. From all living things, from all creatures, you are to bring a pair, male and female, into the ark with you to keep them alive. Or 2 by 2 and some 2 by 8, depending on their usage. From every clean animal, take 7 pairs, a male and his mate. And from every clean animal, take 1 pair, a male and his mate. And they all get on the boat. And then God seals the boat from the outside, which is a pretty miraculous thing to do. And it shows us that even when God was so mad that God was going to destroy the world, God seals up the boat so Noah and his family and the creation can be safe. All around, this whole story is pretty miraculous. And not because of the flood and not because of the spectacular things that happen, but because of one man and his family's trust and eagerness to respond and one person, one God, who is still not giving up on a humanity that has gone bad. It's pretty incredible. God bless.
There's a place I know for certain I will someday see, when I lay down my burden and look on Galilee, way beyond the surly bonds of earth and hate and war, on a far celestial shore.